I'm Daddy Warbucks, and today we are beginning the Rise of Tiamat in the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. Gizmo Storm is the DM for this series, so I'm going to pass it over to him. Alright, Gizmo, take it away.
Alright, when we last left the group, you guys had just jumped off the side of Skyreach Castle before it shattered against the side of the mountains on this Spire of the North. 5 of you are floating down with a Featherfall spell, and one of you is being carried down by 4 giant wasps. Just before the 5 reach the bottom, the spell wears off, so you guys fall like 5 feet, no damage. With a thud, you look up and you guys can see Ronald slowly just kind of gliding down with the wasps carrying him. And now that you guys are on the ground, what would you guys like to do, basically?
So where are we, aside from at the foot of a mountain?
You guys are in the far north, and most of you recognize the Spire of the North, where the Skyreach Castle slammed into the side of it.
Well, guys, what do you think? We're not even all provisioned up because we were sort of indoors.
Not too sure, but that scroll certainly came in handy.
Out of character, can one of us roll like an intelligence check to sort of remember where the nearest bit of civilization is around these parts?
No roll is needed. You guys know that with you being up by the spine of the world, civilization's going to be south.
Downhill, so.
Rano starts walking off to the south.
And Finrond follows.
Keep an eye out for dragons.
As you're watching for dragons, in the distance, you do see a black creature flying towards you. As it gets closer, you realize it is not a dragon, but it is a raven that lands on the path maybe 20 feet in front of you. You can see something is strapped to its chest, and then the raven boldly makes a couple hops closer to you guys.
Finrond would like to take the scroll and read it aloud.
As you grab the parcel that is wrapped to it, the raven, in a very familiar voice, says, Leosin sends his heartiest congratulations. Please use the gift this bird brings to meet me in Waterdeep as soon as possible.
Who is that?
I believe one of
Leosin.
Oh, yeah, the monk guy thing. Whatever.
Tell him we shall be there as soon as our legs can carry us.
Did it say use this gift? What is it?
Okay, Finrond
as you open it, inside, you notice that there is a carefully folded teleport scroll and the sigil sequence of a permanent teleport circle in Waterdeep.
Oh, well, nice of him to save us the footwork. Let's go. And he looks around to anybody who would know how to cast teleport.
That's you.
Bart!
All right.
I don't know, though. I mean, didn't we determine that it was the last teleportation that is how I ended up where I don't notice I get hurt.
But that teleportation circle was set up by the Cult of the Dragon, not one of our allies.
Well, yes, but it didn't affect any of you, so maybe it's a problem I have with teleportation.
Well, I
I mean,
suppose
would you
you'd
rather
be.
walk?
Mhm.
Then you can stay behind.
All right, Finrond gets ready to cast the spell and says to Asifa, well, if you're going to join us, now's the time.
Don't be a scaredy cat.
Meow. All right. I'll come through.
All right. As Finrod reads the teleportation scroll, a bright flash, and then you guys are no longer on far up north. You find yourself standing in what looks like a temple. As you look around, you notice that Lou doesn't seem to be standing there. But everyone else made it to the temple.
He did this last time.
This is true.
But maybe something happened to him.
Nah, he wanders off all the time. He'll be fine. We'll probably meet him at a pub somewhere down the road.
Well, I certainly hope so. I'd shudder to think of where he ended up if this wasn't his intention.
All those
This is a
poor
long
souls
way to
that find
come.
themselves in his company.
Well, it's not like we can easily go back to try and get him.
I suppose not. For now, let's focus on finding our ally.
As you guys go to leave the room, you see that there's a couple people waiting outside, and one of them immediately recognizes you. Yes, you guys need to come with me to the Lord's Palace immediately. I've been waiting here for you guys to use that scroll.
We used it as soon as we got it.
Well, let's waste no time then.
Who are you to tell us what to do?
Leosin told me to wait here, and he told me you guys would be arriving. He told me to bring you there as soon as you got here.
It sounds urgent. Let us go.
I guess, but just watch out in case he tries to stage one of those kooky fights again.
What?
The fight that we had with him last time. There's
Yeah,
massive
on-
respect against
That's right.
Although I could do with some training fights. I'm still getting used to this sword.
It's a sword. You hold it high over your head, and then you swing and hit things with it.
What's so complicated about sword through stuff?
That's the official training that Rano is giving you in Great Weapons. Hold it high, swing it.
It's a
Yes.
sword.
Pulled out a notepad, start scribbling.
As Rono says that, Asfa, you hear a voice in your head saying, no, do not swing down. Swing at an angle. Better chance of making a solid connection.
Wait. Who all was just talking to me?
No one. We're just on our way following this chap to our new rendezvous point.
Well, somebody said something about cutting at an angle instead of just going straight down. Somebody disagrees with Rano.
And they are
They
full.
wouldn't dare.
Yeah, I
don't
only
know
heard Rono.
who. I mean, didn't you just hear them?
Maybe the boy is nearby after all, playing tricks on you as he is ought to do.
That's possible. Well, maybe Leosin knows about it.
We'll ask him when we get there.
What city are we in? Did you say Waterdeep?
Yes, you are in Waterdeep.
You guys can go ahead. Meet with the elf. I have other business to attend to.
Other
Suit
business?
yourself.
What other business? We just got here.
Nah, he
We
left
wouldn't
us last
even
time
be
we came
here
to
yet if it-
Waterdeep.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be here yet if it weren't for Leosin.
That doesn't concern me.
It's fine. We can fill him in later. Let him do what he needs to do.
Oh, well, okay. Then I cast a very puzzled look at Rano.
And actually, you probably see when he kind of says, "Yeah, we're in Waterdeep," bit of realization crosses Crow's face, and he looks a little more serious. Let's go then.
Asfa looks puzzledly at Crow, too. What is with everybody?
As you guys leave the temple and start heading towards the Lord's Palace, while passing a bunch of vendors and stuff, all of a sudden everything just goes eerily quiet. There's a sudden shift in the wind that brings a strange sense of unease. The feeling is the same as a large drop in air pressure before the approach of a deadly storm, or faint tremors that you feel from a landslide or earthquake far away. You're not the only ones that have noticed, though. The city around you goes unnaturally quiet. No dogs barking, no birds, even the street vendors have gone silent. It only lasts for a few seconds, and then everything returns back to normal.
I would stop, in my tracks and turn and look to the party as we were parting ways. Did you feel that?
I don't like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite ominous.
What do you
But
suppose
like-
it could have been?
Felt like every sense in my body was on edge.
My
Perhaps-
personal matters can wait. I will attend to them after I hear what Leosin has to say.
Yes, perhaps he has some sort of explanation.
All right. When you guys arrive there, you are met by Leosin, and he explains that the purpose is there is a major council meeting of all major factions to figure out what they're going to do moving forward with the Cult of the Dragon.
And what do you want us for?
Is it not obvious? They want us to do the heavy lifting.
But don't council meetings, aren't they mostly talky, gab? I mean, what do they want from us for that?
But from the people that have first-hand experience with dealing with the higher echelons of the cult.
Who's at the meeting?
Well, Leosin hasn't led you guys there yet, but he just met you guys right out front at the Lord's Temple, or the Lord's Palace.
Well, let us see what these dignitaries have to say. We may be able to put the final nail in the coffin for the cult.
I don't know. I mean, since when do councils want to hear what real people have to say? There's something doesn't sound right here.
Well, we know what happened on Skyreach Castle. Do you not recall what they wanted this treasure for? If Tiamat is truly to return, that would not just affect those in her immediate area. It's a threat for everyone.
But since we destroyed her incumbent hoard of treasure, would that not have at least delayed her return?
I think the treasure was just a gift for when she comes back.
And even if we only delayed it, then we should probably decide how to stop it entirely in the interim.
Indeed.
Quite.
Whatever these cultists are up to, they have to be put a stop.
Well, on that I can agree. Go, Leosin.
As
Show us
Leosin guides you through, he leads you guys through outer galleries that are packed with nobles engaged in a heated debate. But he leads you to a secret chamber in the back. Says that he hasn't been invited. He knows what the meeting is about, but it's you, the adventurers, that the council needs to see.
Do you know what we can expect?
A lot of politicians talking.
So they don't know that we're coming.
We've been waiting for you guys. We've known that you were coming.
I would question the logistics of the how when we just not long ago escaped Skyreach Castle. But none of these things are important. Let's hear what these nobles have to say.
We sent that raven to you guys right after Skyreach Castle lifted off from Parnist.
Castle would be faster than a raven.
Especially when it's speeding towards its destruction in the Spire of the World.
Has anyone been able to determine where the castle was headed before we had it veer off course?
All we know for sure is that the castle was in possession of a giant and some shaky alliance that he had with the cult.
I don't know. There were a couple of giants.
He refers to Blagothkus.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
As the meeting about started,
They've been waiting for you. They've been discussing some stuff, but the main part of the meeting, they were waiting for you guys to arrive.
Well, let's go.
As we walk in, Crow just bursts out, and so the heroes arrive, rife with tales and
I'm
information.
just gonna glare.
No, hold your applause.
I have a question. These are nobles, right? Like these are the leaders and the rich and affluent of the Sword Coast.
I said it was the faction leaders.
You're looking at the leaders from the Order of the Gauntlet, the Emerald Enclave.
Yeah. Rano he's wearing a permanent mask of disdain and disgust. It's like he bit something sour and he's just scowling at everyone.
Well, Osif isn't much better. She doesn't think much of nobles.
Well, we are here. Waste no more of our time. Speak plainly.
Okay, as you guys are entered and make your quick introductions, people in the room are introduced to you. Then one of them stands up, introduces himself as Dagult Neverember, and he starts summarizing all the stuff that you guys have done since you started way back in Greenest.
Why is the former Blackstaff here?
And why is he telling us what we already know?
It's not
And
for
how
us.
does he even know all of that?
It's a show for the rest of them.
Lady Silverhand interrupts him and says, "Yes, we've heard all this already. We need to know what happened with the castle and what was going on with it."
Its leader, a storm giant named Blagothkus, had aligned himself with the cult of the dragon in the hopes that helping them would spur his other tribes of giants to band together and stand against the coming dragon hordes.
He was an idiot.
Indeed. So we finished him off and destroyed his castle. Now he no longer poses a threat.
I like how he makes it seem like it was our idea.
We also, as it happens, took out one of the heads of the cult, Resmia, the black half dragon or dragonborn, whatever she.
We had also discovered, and I hold up my hand to kind of quiet him. We had also discovered that the cult of the dragon is in league with the Red Wizards of Thay, as we found several of their members on Skyreach Castle.
Crotus mumbles. I was going to tell him that.
But I did it first.
Yeah, Crow would have done it more heroic.
What member of Thay was there?
What was his name? We didn't exactly have
There was
proper
Joss.
introductions.
I know.
I remember as
But there was somebody
Bara Jos,
else.
but there was a second man.
Yeah, there was. We never got his name, I don't think.
No, coward he was. Fled from us.
Tried to.
Tried to? I thought he did. I thought we killed the one, the other one ported away.
No, we dragged him back into my aura of sight.
Oh, that's right. And
Wrath
then we
Mordor.
murdered him.
Rathmodar.
Yeah. Rathmadan. But that was totally his name, but did we ever learn his name?
I don't know. When we just
I-
kind of climbed up and killed
I'm pretty sure we just beat him into death.
We pretty much went through the entire castle and just slayed all members of
Threw my hands in the air. Ah! What
Except
does
the
their name
vampires.
matter?
So it seems they've got friends in high places, and they seek to bring Tiamat back, as it turns.
Alright. The one that was introduced as Turn Hornblade looks at you and he goes, "You mean as Bara Jos and Rathmodar?"
That is
Yeah.
what we said.
Yeah, them.
Can you hear me, wizard?
Well, we were trying to keep tabs on them and lost track of them. Well, now we know where they ended up. But now back to the more current matters. I mean, we still gotta figure out exactly what the cult is doing. We know that they were gathering their treasures, and we've heard rumors of them wanting to bring Tiamat back.
That is no rumor.
It's not a rumor.
We have heard it. We've seen it in their ledgers and heard it from their lips. At the crash site of Skyreach Castle. Go and investigate. You'll find a wealth of coins well beyond anything that we could imagine. They had planned to take this somewhere to goad their queen back to this realm.
Although be careful, there's a white dragon who thinks some of it's his.
That dragon is a coward and has fled.
Yeah, but he could easily have gone back after we left.
I wish that he would. Rana would kill him. And he makes like a crushing gesture.
And the council goes back to discussing the current matters, and then one of them speaks up and says, "This group has had a firm hand in addressing this crisis. I think we should give them the authority to help continue carrying on, stopping the cult from bringing Tiamat back."
What do you mean
They-
authority?
They
Yes,
take a quick
we would do
vote.
this with or without you.
Does he mean we weren't authorized to do what we did?
We don't need their authorization.
Who cares?
Authorization or not, their assistance would be greatly appreciated.
Ha!
Oh,
I will
who's
not
that?
bow or kowtow to anyone.
We won't need to. We just need to ask them if they have any leads to where we might find the ritual that they are attempting to use to summon Tiamat.
Oh, and I could do with a couple of daggers.
So spill the beans. What do you know?
What part of what we know do you not already know?
Well, I
If
don't
we
know.
knew that,
All
we
you've done is
wouldn't
tell us what we found out.
You've only told us what we already know. You haven't told us
You're
anything
saying
we don't
you're saying
already
you want to
know.
give us the authority to help you. You obviously have some sort of plan or somewhere to go and investigate.
So what is it? What is the next job?
As you ask this, oh, I just lost her name. One sec.
Harold Silverhand.
Okay. Romelia Havertree says that one of the first acts that she pushed the Harpers towards was to focus their activity on its most powerful members. Their efforts have been successful, and Leosin reports to the adventurers the movements of Dram, the cult's white worm speaker.
What was that name again?
Baram.
Duncan.
So where is this Vram? Vram. V-Ram.
When this council meeting concludes, you guys can discuss that with Leosin outside, who's waiting for you. But we have other matters we need to discuss as well. Everyone heard the horn.
What horn?
The eerie silence.
That wasn't a horn. I'm sort of the opposite of a horn.
What is this horn?
You didn't feel like...
No, we know what you're
The
talking
sudden
about.
shift.
But what is it?
Yes, the weird phenomenon right before the meeting. What is it?
Well, basically what we know about it is that it is an ancient device whose sounding alerts dragons all across Faerun that great events are unfolding. It's impossible to say exactly what the sounding means, but the dragons hear it clearly and will eventually answer its call.
Answer how?
Do we know where the blast came from?
We are unsure. You would have to talk to Lady Silmerhelve. She knows more about the Draakhorn than almost anyone else.
And where is she?
Sorry, my push to talk's acting up here. I gotta switch that real quick. Okay, how's that?
We can hear you.
Alright. Well, I keep hearing it cutting in and out, so I wasn't sure if it was actually still when I was talking or not.
So, where is she?
As you ask that, one of the other council members says, "Yes, where is she? She should be here at this meeting."
Should we go look for her?
She's probably with the other nobles out in where they're all arguing about what's going on. But back to the vote, and then you see that they all agree, whether reluctantly, but they all agree that you guys are going to be deputized with emergency investigative powers and a writ that demonstrates, or that basically says as much. Gains you guys access to any sites necessary, or any site you deem necessary for your investigation. But keep in mind that with this right, it comes with the very large burden of oversight from the members of this council. If you guys misbehave or abuse your powers, your actions will be reviewed and the writ will be revoked.
I fail to see the need of this at all. We would continue to do our investigation as we had, without you and your oversight. I mean, we didn't have you before, and look what we accomplished. So what privileges, what do you have to offer us to make us want to assist you? I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party. I am not wrong, am I?
You're not wrong. I don't.
The man's got a point. I mean, I suppose I could say that we could always take the writ and whatever for as long as it's useful. But if it becomes a burden, then it becomes a burden. It's something we can simply discard.
Well,
Make
and
use of it while we.
But if we come here and they tell us things that we already know, I mean, what value would they provide to us?
Well, I suppose we can
We
use this
should-
writ to cut through any bureaucracy we encounter along our way.
I
If
can,
nothing else, we'll just take it and humor them.
I can use my axe to cut through any bureaucracy we encounter along the way. As we have been.
Ronno's very good with that axe.
Yes, well, we may want to take a bit more of a stealthy approach this time.
Rano
If
is
that
also not
doesn't
very
work,
good at
there's
stealth.
always Ronno.
I'm not very good at stealth, no.
What was that, Crow?
Crow just said Rano is also not very good at stealth. So this would
All right, well,
be, handy for now. Simple as that.
agreed. Let us go find our contact.
I'm gonna turn around and point at the council. Just because we accept this piece of paper, do not think you are in a place to tell Rano what to do.
And the one that handed it to you looks right at you. Yes, but cross us, and you can face all the factions. This gives you the privilege to go places you normally would not be allowed.
There is no place.
Go there.
Whoa! Whoa! There is no place Rano cannot travel. Just because you wear that badge on your shirt or on your tabard does not mean that you own any of the land. The land is not yours to own at all. I go where I please. And do not think to be so deluded that you can tell me other.
And besides, you already have the information for any places that you control. If you need us to gather additional information, that means we're going places you don't control. What does this get us?
Well, we can debate that later with someone more qualified, like that lady we're going to speak to now.
Yes, the lady they want us to speak to that they don't know where she is.
Simmerhill?
Well, let's go out and look for her amongst the squabbling nobles. Perhaps she is there.
And when everyone stops talking, you guys can hear it again. That deep, basically you know that the Draakhorn went off again.
Cool. We still don't know what it is or what it does.
Yeah, it's a phone for dragons. They're receiving a call right now.
They just told us.
Yeah, but we don't know what that means. Let's go find Lady Simmer, whatever her name is.
The Lady Similarion, yes.
And Asufa turns and starts walking out.
Yeah, I don't need to be dismissed. I'm following her.
Crow will as well.
And Finrod.
He'll turn and give the council a wave as he leaves.
Oh, at least bow with a flourish.
The Crow doesn't bow.
Okay.
Rano gives him double guns.
All right. So we're outside, and I believe Leosin is out there.
Yes, he is. So, how did the council meeting go?
I don't think they like us very much.
Well, it's okay. I don't think we like them very much. I need to
No,
find some Lady Simmerweave, something that knows something about Draakhorn. I didn't catch what that was.
A Draakhorn.
Yeah, that, what he said.
Bear back. I need to pee.
Oh yes, ladies, Silmer Health.
Yeah, that's what they said. Any ideas where we go to find her?
Yes, I saw her having some discussion with some of the other Harpers back in the other room. He leads you guys back in there and basically walks up to her and points you guys out to her. And she comes over to talk to you guys.
Oh, well, that was easy. Don't know what those bigwigs were having problems with. Hello, how are you? I'm Asifa. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Simmer something?
Yes, I am Ladies Silmer Health. What is it that I can help you guys with?
Someone said you know something about this horn thing that's doing these weird effects. It's happened twice here in the last, hour or so.
Yeah, the Draakhorn, I believe they called it.
Yes,
yeah,
that's correct.
that.
Oh yes, I know all about the Draakhorn. What questions do you have about it?
Well, tell us everything you know about it.
What is it? What does it do? What happens when it does it?
And why are they
what does
blowing
it
it
mean?
now?
Yeah, all that.
Well, I don't know exactly what the specific calls mean. I just know that it's a call out to the dragons. They understand it.
And what do they do in response?
Well, it depends on what the call is. I mean, a different horn sound played in a different way will mean something different.
So where would we go to see what they do in response to it?
Or where the people that blew it would be.
Well, we don't know where it is right now. The Sea of Moving Ice was the last known location of the Draakhorn. No one can pinpoint its present location from the sound or even verify with certainty that the relic is still in the Northern Sea. But I think any search would have to start there for.
Okay.
Crow looks tiredly at the rest of the party. We just came from up north.
I know, right?
Yep.
I don't suppose we could use that teleportation circle in reverse.
Nope, that was a one-way trip.
Awesome.
Well, so alternatively, we need to go where there are dragons, I suppose.
Well, the one person I know for sure that could tell you guys more is a tiefling sorcerer, Macath the Crimson. No one knows more about the Draakhorn than her.
Good.
Except maybe the Arcane Brotherhood.
Well, then where is she?
But she hasn't been seen for about 3 years. She was last seen headed up to the Sea of Moving Ice to investigate before she disappeared.
And what was her name again? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Macath. Right?
Macath the Crimson. Yep, I didn't. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
To the mountains of the spire of the world, the sea of moving ice. Was it the Mayor of Dead Men? Why can't any of our adventures lead to the Oasis of Beautiful?
Huh.
I don't think anything bad happens in the Oasis of Beautiful whatevers.
Exactly.
Why would we need to go there then?
Never mind.
so sweet, naive, Isifa.
Well, okay, where do we want to go to get transport?
Well, before we even think about leaving, I think we should restock on supplies.
Indeed, we'll probably need to rest up since, from going from the swamp to the castle to the lodge house to the town to the other castle, we haven't really been around civilization much. Pretty sure I need a bath.
Oh, hey, have you guys noticed anything different about me? Did I change again? I haven't missed anything else, have I?
Apart from hearing funny voices, no.
You're right, I heard a funny voice.
But that could have been Lou.
Fairly certain it was Lou.
So before we leave, Roland's going to turn to Leosin and ask if he can provide any information on this Varam or Varam person that was mentioned.
Yes, Rom the White. He's a close ally and confidant of Severin, the He's the one that has the white dragon mask, but he's gone missing. But the mask has gone missing.
What is it with everybody going missing?
Yeah, everybody just leaves and doesn't tell anyone where they're going. It's so irresponsible.
Didn't Resmere have a mask or something? We didn't find that when she disappeared.
No.
When she died.
The box was warded. It
No sign of a
disappeared.
mask.
It disappeared. There is a box warded with some arcane trap.
Well, we know that the box was empty. We don't know if the mask was in it.
No, I don't know if it was something that the characters knew or if the DM just told us. But
Yeah, the characters didn't know.
We have magic-y people. They totally could have investigated it and told us.
I think we did. Because we're like, wait, isn't the mask here? And then
Yeah,
it was
'cause the
like,
box was
oh,
locked
but we
on
opened the
me.
box and there was a whooshing and blah. Doesn't matter. We don't have it. I was just going to look something up and I totally forgot what it was. Oh, yes. While in town, we need to buy some provisions, spell reagents, and other things.
It's a great idea.
Indeed.
Namely, I turn to Finrond. I'm going to put one of my hands on each of his shoulders and look directly into his face. Finrond, my friend, I need to ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
As you know, I am a druid, and in my circle we knew of great many other spells. I will prepare for the future, buy the necessary reagents so that in the event that a party member falls, I could bring them back. But I'm afraid it takes a great deal of time and energy. I won't have this ready yet. But I've heard tale that bards know a similar spell.
What is the spell called?
Raise Dead. Do you know it?
Not presently, but I suppose I could go and study it in some scrolls. Perhaps there is a library nearby.
Is that what makes zombies?
No, Isifa. That would be animate the dead. They are both necromancy magics, but there's a very distinct difference. Animate dead just gives life to an empty shell, and it walks around, a perversion of life. Raise dead returns the soul to the body and gives life to those that had died.
Like what happened to me.
Yes, exactly that. It would be great if we could have this on hand ourselves instead of having to pay someone else to do it.
Agreed.
I pull out my pack and I reach in, and you hear like a clittering, clanging sound, and I pull up my hands. They're full of gold coins. Lou has been making me hold on to these for quite some time. I have no need for them, but if there's anything that we need, I think we should spend them.
It's a good idea. We don't know when we're going to be in such a metropolis again.
For reference, I'm currently walking around with 4.8 thousand gold.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's time to buy
We should
some
go
shit.
shopping.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's what I propose.
I want some really nice daggers.
He reaches up and he puts his fingers on his head like he's thinking deeply. If I recall correctly, the reagents for the Raise Dead spell requires a diamond of a certain wealth. I think we should procure several of these diamonds and hold on to them. Oh shit, I'm carrying actual diamonds too. What are those?
Yes.
Where did I get
That's
those?
right. We got them, but we never had them appraised, but we knew that they were worth at least 500 to 1,000 gold?
I don't know. Just in the inventory it says diamonds times 5.
We got
also
them
have
in
a
the
blue sapphire.
we got them in that chest in the giant's room that had the thing that was very hard to open.
Yeah, we also have a blue sapphire, and literally this is the entry in my inventory. Stack O gems.
Actually, we have 5 diamonds that can be used to resurrect people from that giant's chest.
Well, then maybe we don't need more.
Unless someone has a really bad day.
Yeah, right. So, how about before we do anything for anyone else, I say we procure ourselves a room at the inn. Not that I need a bed to sleep on. I'm sure my other friends would appreciate somewhere soft to stay for a night. A bath,
Ooh, and
a hot meal. And then we can go out on the town and purchase everything that Waterdeep has to offer. You know, I've been here many times in my travels. I know my way around. And then anything we don't spend, I can give to charity.
Well, who's going to carry all that?
Well, I can, of course.
Yes. Our group coffer can handle the load.
Remember, my carry weight is something crazy, like 2,000 pounds. I'm going to ask a question I don't think you'll have the answer for. Where are we in Waterdeep?
Standing in front of the Lord's Palace.
So we're in the Castle Ward.
That would be correct.
All right. Rano again puts his fingers on his memory as his controller searches Google Kappa. If I remember, there is a large open area where they keep a market here in the Castle Ward, halfway between the Trader's Way and the Bazaar Street. We could walk past it as we head to the nearest inn.
Works for me.
So seriously, what would we be shit, man. Okay. I'm gonna get my handy dandy notepad. What would we need to buy?
I want a set of throwing daggers.
Hold on. Is there any limit on shopping right now, or is anything from the handbook fair game?
Anything from the handbook is fair game.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna hand out pop-ups to help make things easier. There's adventuring gear, there's weapons, and then there's armor coming up. I guess we can just take some time and buy everything that we would need, and then I'll track the purchases and subtract it from the gold total in my inventory. Because I'm pretty sure with almost 4.8?
4.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.8. We could purchase whatever it is that we need. So now I'm going to ask you something that I don't think there is specifically guidance for in the handbook. What about spell casting services or scrolls?
I love you, Daddy Warbucks.
Oh, hi, Ozzy. Thank you for the resub. How you doing?
All right. What spellcasting services and scrolls are you looking at?
Well, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. In my head, I was thinking probably Raise Dead, just so that I could have one in case he goes down. Because if he dies, I can't bring him back without a scroll. I don't know if there would be other spells that we would want to purchase. I just was throwing it out there in case you wanted to provide the option, or say, nah, you don't find that, which is also a valid option.
All right. When you stop at the shop to get scrolls, he says he has 2 of them available.
2 Raise Dead scrolls.
Yes.
And how much is he selling them for? For reference, here, actually, I will give you this. I know you don't play Adventures League, but I think it's a good metric to start with. As a 5th level spell, a Raise Dead scroll would cost 1,000 gold, according to AO.
All right. That sounds like a fair price then.
Okay. Is the party okay with me spending that much for a scroll or 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
1 or 2?
2.
Okay. So we will buy 2 Raise Dead scrolls. Alright. And that's 2,000. Lou's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, what do you mean all the gold is gone?
I'm going to buy some caltrops, but I'm going to use my own money for it because I'm the only one who's going to use them.
Yeah, it's like nothing, right?
They're like a gold piece for a bag, and I'm going to buy a few.
Okay.
I want to put together sort of a kit of things, put the things I already have, like my grappling hook. I want to swap out my hempen rope with a silk rope. It's easier to use, and get maybe a block and tackle. And
does everybody have like a little bit of gold on them?
Yeah,
Yep.
I've got like 30 gold. Nearly 40 gold.
I have 33, yeah.
Actually, at some point, I picked up around 200 gold myself.
I have 265.
Oh shit.
Let's get a few bags of holding, too.
No.
we-
No.
There's not,
Nope.
there's not a magic item economy, right? Like we can't just. Okay.
I was going to propose that we might want to perhaps buy some horses to make our journey a bit more speedy.
I don't know
Well, how
about
about
this. We don't
in
know
terms of
where our
horses-
journey will take us. If they can accommodate horses.
That is true.
But we should also check with Leosin to see if maybe they can provide us with horses. So there may be some provisions they can assist us with.
That is true.
I'm looking through. I don't think there's anything I need.
Might be worth getting some cold weather clothing as well. Just on the off. I mean, we're going to the Sea of Moving Ice. It's very likely we are. So cold weather clothing wouldn't be.
Is that in the adventuring gear?
Should be.
What? I don't know if it is.
I don't
think it
know.
should be.
I don't see. It seems like something that would be there. Of course, I couldn't just have the dumb. Okay. Cold weather clothing. We're going to the Sea of Moving Ice, so probably need something to protect us from the element. Oh wait, I don't. I'm resistant. But everybody else does.
No, I never feel cold. I don't need it.
The boy will freeze. He's more accustomed to temperate climates. What about potions of healing?
Well, I could actually use some armor myself.
What kind of armor?
I was looking for potentially a breastplate and a shield.
So 425. I'll take that from the group fund because that's a big one.
Yep.
Breastplate. Shield. For 25. We don't need rations. I can produce food for us for quite some time. I knew that. There was a test. Clothes, costume, clothes, fine. Clothes, travelers. Nothing about cold weathers. So, doesn't matter. Keep moving. Okay. What about healing potions? Are the larger size healing potions available for in town, or are we stuck with the 2d4?
Well, at the apothecary, he says that he does have some larger ones. He has, let's say 10 of the next size up, but only 5 of one size above that.
Okay. So 10 greater healings. Ronald looks around. Potions?
Yeah. They could definitely come in handy. I mean, your berries are great, but healing potions potentially.
Having
heal
them spread
more.
around the party is also beneficial.
Indeed.
Agreed.
All right. Are you guys okay with 1,000 gold for the 10 greater healings?
Yep. Sounds good.
And then that'll give 2 to each party member. 10 times greater healing potions. 1,000 gold. And then after that, can we try to find like a jeweler or something to sell all these gems? get them out of my inventory? Well, not the diamonds. Because if we have 5 diamonds that will work for Raised Dead currently, or do we need to get those appraised, Giz?
You'll have to get them appraised.
Son of a bitch!
You said those were potions of greater healing?
Yes.
And we're putting 2 in for each person?
Yep. Although I don't know where to look. Alright, so looking around the market, is there someone that specializes in gems and jewelry?
Yep, you guys do find someone that specializes in gems and jewels, so you can get them appraised.
You know, Rano is not, he's not a people person. I know you're shocked. So he just kind of walks up, and he says, "You there, vendor!" And he just spills this pile of gems onto the table. Well?
What do you want me to do with these? You need them appraised? Cut? What?
I would like to sell them to you. Yes?
Yes, I can buy them.
How much gold is this worth? It's a terrible... But nobody else is helping me, so we're gonna go with it.
Alright, I'll step forward and negotiate on Rano's behalf. I'll roll a persuasion thing just in case. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't put it in my notes how much those gems were worth that you guys were hoarding.
I think the other lobby still exists for now. You want me to go and... Oh, no. Yeah, here we go. I'll use the transmogger to pull that handout into this lobby so that we can check.
I have 5 diamonds that can be used to resurrect people, 27 other gems worth at least 150 gold each. Lou took the 3 rubies. And the blue sapphire was worth 500 gold.
Hey, Isa pulled through. Worth at least 150? How many were there?
27.
Do we
Worth
just want
at
to...
least 150 gold each.
Do we just want to do that math for simple?
Yes, I'm not going to roll.
You guys know me, man. Math? Alright, so 40, 50 in the big pile of gems. You said the blue sapphire was worth 500? I thought that's what you just said. Lou took the...
Yes. Lou took 3 rubies. I did not put down
well, they would have been... They would have been in that 150.
Yeah, and he had a purpose for them.
Mm-hmm. He wanted them as spell reagents for something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look, make sure there's not anything else here. And then the 5 diamonds that I kept were 500... Well, it doesn't matter. They're Raised Dead materials. Okay. Is the vendor just gonna give us the 45.50, or is he gonna try to haggle and screw us?
I made a persuasion roll in chat in case he tries to do that.
Manage equipment. Inventory.
Yeah, that's what I was debating, if I wanted to try and have him try to haggle you guys down, but that 23, he's going to give you exactly... He's not going to try to haggle it down. But he's not going to let you guys talk him any higher either.
That's fine. I do not want to do that. That's math. No. Crowbar diamond. All right, cool. I think I got nothing else. I will, though. After we get done selling everything and buying everything, and then we're prepared and ready, I will take the majority of our gold and convert it to just diamonds. Like, take 1,000 gold, purchase 1,000 gold piece diamond. That way, it's not so much to carry. And then, in a pinch, we can burn our wealth for more raised stats.
Sounds perfect to me.
Great. Move the stack of gems. So then our currency goes, let's see, 45.50. Add. Then I need to subtract 3,410. Wait, did I do that right? 3,410. Cool. We still have 6,000 gold, boys. Shit.
Maybe we should buy a ship to take us to the Sea of Moving Ice.
We'll worry about that tomorrow.
Oh, we have one hell of a night tonight.
That's right. Tonight we drink. The boy's not around. We don't need to. We don't need to be of sober mind. No one to babysit, if I will. And Rano, holding his pouch happily, is going to tread in the direction of the dock ward. Come! I know just the establishment!
Roland's following him.
Yep.
And anybody who follows me with the intention of getting completely obliterated, we are going to go to the yawning portal.
Perfect.
This is where hey, can we go down the well? Can we just completely fuck from this campaign and to the Undermountain?
Side quest.
Pretty sure Giz would kill us.
I'm just trying to figure out a creative way to do it.
You said you'd prepped it in case we did it the last time we were in Waterdeep.
Yeah, but I forgot about it, and
now we're here again. He's like,
I don't have it set up.
I will hold lose potions until he comes. No, I'll just text him, tell him to add it. I like that the potion of healing doesn't allow you to actually add oh wait, there it is. Potion of healing greater. I didn't see it because it was green. Okay. All right. So as we're drinking, and Rano starts to get a little tipsy. So we could spend the gold, and then we can purchase 600,000 candles. just lay them all over the road, and then we'll have Lou do his fireball thing. It'll be frickin' cool.
It'll melt.
Oh no, even better. Isifa goes into a rage and just sprints down the main road, and they'll light as she runs past.
That would be a great spectacle to see.
Yeah.
What if we bought 60,000 flasks of oil and made a big pit, filled it with oil, and it would be like a burning beacon that would last like 100 years.
Did you say 60,000 flasks of ale? Yes! Yes! We will buy kegs of ale to carry with us on our journey, and men to carry them. Yes!
Let's not go that far. I mean, I'm all for a wild party, but not that guy.
What do you mean, not that kind?
The kind where we get drunk and get eaten by dragons, is what I mean.
Ah, I thought you were shying away because I mentioned having burly, muscular men carry our ale. Aye, that would be a party I'd attend, huh? And he kind of edges Crow.
Could suddenly be interesting. I could ride on one of the barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Do you suppose people sell, nicer weapons than just the basic things?
Rano kind of flaps his hands around as if he's thinking, well, I don't know. I know that you can talk to most blacksmiths and they can silver a weapon or coat it in adamantine.
That's actually a great idea.
Because I just picked up several common daggers, but, it might be nice to do something with them. Or
Isifa, what do you intend to do with the daggers when you have that? And I point to the giant greatsword.
Throw them at things that are not in reach of my that.
If you have the energy to throw a dagger, don't you have the energy to just keep moving up?
Oh, maybe.
Rano makes a gesture like flapping wings.
But I'm just trying things. I mean, I could try throwing my scimitars, but they don't seem well suited to it.
No, they're not very well balanced for that.
What about javelins, though?
Javelins?
Someone as strong as you, though. I wouldn't think that you would be one who would want something so small and frail like a dagger.
Well, javelins seem annoying to carry, though.
We could buy a case. Something that you would put on your back, like a backpack, and then you could just grab it.
Well, I already have a big sword on my back, and I already have my backpack on my back, and I already have my crossbow on my back.
We could hire
hire
a man to carry your javelins, and then you could ring a little bell, and he'll come up with a bundle of them in his arms.
I would just hire somebody who can throw them. Then it's a doing that.
Besides, if you have javelins, you don't need a crossbow.
This is true.
You would probably.
I
be
was
better
kind of
with
thinking
javelins.
if I have daggers, I probably don't need this crossbow.
I think I'm pretty sure you can throw a javelin a lot further than you can throw a.
That is also true. I think.
But daggers look better on my outfit. I mean, they're decorative along with my scimitars.
I suppose. I mean, looking good is important, but
you humans are a vain lot, aren't you?
You do have to think about pragmatism. We're about the business of stopping something powerful. There could be more dragons afoot. I don't think I'd rather have a javelin than a dagger in that situation. Well, maybe not me, but
stopping the cult. Now that's a serious and very sobering thought, isn't it? Do you think that we can?
I won't stop till we do.
Well, I think therein lies the problem. I am afraid. I'm not ashamed to admit it either. I feel like my days on this earth are numbered.
Of course,
Everybody's days are.
Yes, but I am old. I've been traveling a long time. And my journey has not been kind. I will say, though, in all seriousness, that I am glad to have met the four of you. And that if I were to die on this journey, it would have been a good capstone for what has been my life.
Well, of course, you're traveling with the great hero Crow.
Oh,
Who
stop
wouldn't
it.
be honored at
Hero.
such a thing?
Shut up and drink your ale.
So what's the range on a javelin anyway?
About 120 feet. Well,
Really?
that's the furthest. Well, it's 30 to 120 is the range.
What's the range on a dagger?
It's
Isn't it like
20,
20,
40
20,
or
40,
something.
I think.
40? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, javelins just seem like such a burden. All these big sticks you gotta carry around.
Well, you are a barbarian. What barbarian slinks around and throws daggers?
Well, I do. Well, at least I want to.
Your home must be a very strange place. I would love to see it one day.
Well, I'm not exactly typical of my home. That's kind of why I'm here and not there.
I wonder if they're wizards with warhammers.
What?
If I were a wizard, I wouldn't wield a warhammer. Why would one? I'd wield
Why would a
some.
barbarian wield daggers
Oh,
when you
point.
have such great and powerful strength?
He tricked you. Isifa, why did
What?
you leave your home? We've traveled so far together, and I feel like I still barely know the four of you.
I was kicked out.
Or why?
For being chaotic and troublesome.
Too wild a spirit, huh?
I can relate
I
with
suppose.
that.
If you were in my tribe, we'd have you go enter tutelage with the elder. Train you to be a warrior, yes. Temper that wild streak. But we teach you to be a healer. A soothsayer. Like myself.
I don't know. I mean, in my tribe, girls don't do that. But then in my tribe, girls don't wield scimitars either.
Huh. That is
I
because
like
you
my
are a human.
scimitars.
That is not a trait of your tribe, but your race. It's sad to say that so many of your kind have hang-ups about gender and what you should and should not do. In my
Well, in my
tribe,
tribe's
women
even-
were just as equal to the men, if not more revered. Without woman, there is no life, and all of our gods, the Great Mother was the most revered.
I don't know. My tribe seems to be even more restrictive. I look at the girls walking around here and right around here, and none of this would be allowed in my tribe. So I think my tribe is more restrictive than most.
I'm gonna reach across the table and hold her hand. Well, this is our tribe now. And it is certainly much for the better.
Yeah, you guys let me try new things. And I move faster, and I've got, and I have more pointy things to slice at people with.
Also, as
like
you
slicing
say
things.
that, you hear in your head, it might be time to start slicing.
What?
What?
What? Why? It might
Why?
be time to start slicing?
Slice what?
Yes, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Whenever we... maybe it's that portal, that teleportation again. Every time it goes, every time I go through, something's different. I mean, now every time I talk about doing something with a sword,
I'm gonna start pushing the ale towards her.
Head.
This will calm your nerves.
No, I think I've had too much of that, and I push it back.
I'm sure it's Lou. He's around here somewhere. He starts chuckling and laughs. Gestures over at Roland. And what of you?
What of me?
Why did you leave your tribe?
I made a pact with a weapon of some sort, and I was presented many powers, and with those powers, I have decided to travel far from my land of the Feywild, so that way I could use these gifts of mine to amount any type of wealth to be able to provide for my family.
The Feywild?
Yes.
What does that mean, make a pact with the weapon?
So I have made a pact with a weapon of great power, and as part of that pact, my soul is its to keep.
How does one make a pact with a weapon? And I kind of look at the knife in my hand that I'm using to eat with.
I've heard tales of warriors that they do bond their souls with their weapons, but it's similar to a discipline of mine, although a bit of an offshoot. Whereas I practice certain martial attributes, they also practice some, but they tend to focus more on weapons. And they can focus their inner energies into the weapon to make it more powerful.
I wouldn't want to turn my soul over to something else or somebody else.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's truly mine.
Well, from what I understand of that, they don't really turn their soul over to it. They simply view the weapon itself as an extension of their own being. So their soul is bonded to it, but doesn't belong to something else. The soul is still there. This may be something different.
Yeah, because that's not what you just said, is it, Roland? You said it's your soul. What did you say? I didn't understand that.
No, you heard correctly.
Yes.
Servitude.
I have provided my soul in exchange for the power that it provides. And with that power, it allows me to form any weapon that I see fit.
And Asifa just looks at you with horror on her face. Like, but why? What would prompt you to do something so drastic?
You have never been to the Feywild, I take it.
Well, no, I've never been anywhere but the desert and where you've been with me.
There are horrors there that are not of this realm, and using this power has proved very beneficial to protect my family.
I understand. I may not be able to ever share your sentiment of allowing myself to serve another, but the Shadowfell overlaps with the Feywild. The creatures that roam there are purported to be quite horrible, and I can respect wanting to protect your family. He just kind of nods quietly and drinks his ale.
Roland drinks as well. What of you, Crow? Why is the hero such a hero?
Crow will kind of smile and say, well, the hero has to be a hero. For if he isn't, who's going to stand up for the weak and the downtrodden? But as for how I came to travel with you all, well, I suppose we've traveled together long enough for you to hear. I'm originally from Waterdeep. I and my clan, as it were actually bonded to a noble family here. They no longer exist, nor does my clan. We were trained as a sort of spies and assassins for this noble family, and everything was fine. We were used. We would very rarely have to actually perform assassinations, but we learned many arts that you've probably seen me perform to be able to aid us in our tasks. But the family had decided to enlist the aid of the cult of the dragon. At first, we didn't really know very much about them, and it wasn't really our place to question the decisions of our masters. So we simply fell in line after performing a number of jobs for them, and them gathering certain items that they needed. They proceeded to infiltrate and destroy not only the family that we served, but poisoned all of the people of my clan. I was only spared because they already thought I was dead when they tricked me into opening the gate and letting them all into the inner sanctum of the crow's sanctuary, of the raven sanctuary. And so now I wake up and just can't help but think that I need to destroy the cult of the dragon for what they did to my family. I master their arts, continue to learn and experiment and improve upon what I learned as a child. I won't rest until I've stopped them.
Rono stands up and he's got his head bent down so that his hair is kind of blocking his face. And he walks over to Crow and he gives you a hug. But it's like, he's squeezing you very tightly. And he starts to whisper, but it's loud and everyone can hear. He says, listen, you don't want to go down this path. You want to fight the horde of the dragon, the cult of the dragon, then you must. But do it because it's the right thing to do, not because you seek revenge. That will blacken your heart, and you will never be happy for the rest of your days. Trust me. I let him go.
Crow smiles that unnaturally happy smile that he does often. Usually that accompanies his great boasts about how much of a hero he is. He says, don't worry. Everything will be fine. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And as long as the cult is stopped, what does one hero matter?
He just shakes his head and goes back to the ale.
What about you, Finrond? Why did you leave your tribe?
Well, to be honest, I couldn't wait to get out. You see, I was born to a powerful elven lady who had an indiscretion with a dragonborn noble. So I am half-breed, and for that my, he says in air quotes, tribe never truly forgave me. Throughout my youth, I was battered and abused and ostracized, even by my own family. I had thought the gods had abandoned me. But then, one day, I was out on the veranda of my family's estate, and I heard, I'm not sure what I heard, but it was a voice calling down to me from the sky. I looked up and noticed the clouds parted, and a shaft of light rained down on me. And this, and he holds up his lyre and strums the strings, making its unnatural sound like the electric guitar. This instrument descended down to me like a gift from the gods. I know not which one granted it to me, but as I plucked its strings, it made the most invigorating sound. It was like the sound of a demon shrieking, an angel singing, the pounding of creation's hammer on the anvil of time. All I knew then was that it was fucking awesome. And I heard the voice again. I heard the voice again, and it told me, go forth and spread the word. Spread this new form of music. It is called heavy metal. And with that, Finron begins strumming his strings again and playing a song. In the beginning, there was silence and darkness all across the earth. Then came the wind and a hole in the sky. Thunder and lightning came crashing down, hit the earth and split the ground. Fire burned high in the sky. From down below, fire melted the stone. The ground shook and started to pound. The gods made heavy metal, and they saw that it was good. They said to play it louder than hell, we promised that we would. When losers say it's over with, you know that it's a lie. The gods made heavy metal, and it's never gonna die. We are the true believers. It's our turn to show the world. In the fires of heavy metal, we were burned. It's more than our religion. It's the only way to live. But the enemies of metal we can't forgive. 'Cause we believe in the power and the might, and the gods who made metal are here with us tonight. The gods made heavy metal, and they saw that it was good. They said to play it louder than hell, we promised that we would. When losers say it's over with, you know that it's a lie. The gods made heavy metal, and it's never gonna die. And that's it.
And Roland drinks to that.
Yeah. More ale!
And as you finish the song, there's a loud crash at the front of the tavern.
Uh-oh.
It's the fuzz.
Cheese it!
Osifa draws her sword and turns in a crouch.
Okay.
And through the door, you
gladiators.
guys see two gladiators and a dragon claw come busting through the front door.
Huh.
Wait.
And you guys see two half gladiators, or half blue dragon gladiators, and a dragon claw bust through the front door.
I'm gonna point in
I
their
already
direction. Hey, asshole! We were having a moment!
Their weapons are already drawn.
So's mine. I already said I drew my sword and turned in a fighting crouch.
I can't click on my token to do initiative.
Yep. Crow's looking around like, do they know where they are? This is the yawning portal. You don't bust in here and cause...
Yeah, I wasn't able to select my token either.
Yeah, that's because you didn't copy them from the front page.
Oh, I didn't realize I had to copy them from the front page.
Yeah, I didn't get to make their new sheets because they didn't upload until they didn't enter the lobby until today.
I did.
You guys suck. What's the matter? What do you need to touch your token for? You roll from DDB. Oh, no, you still need to select your token.
To get into the tracker.
Uh-huh.
I can't even update my token in the tracker. Or I can't update my initiative in
Yes,
the tracker.
I know.
And as they bust through, if my map would quit changing sizes on me.
That's more than one dragon claw or wing or whatever it was.
There we go. You guys should be able to see all of them now.
7 dragon claws, 2 wings, and I don't know what the silver one is.
Well. Wait!
Fang.
Hold up! Are they attacking us in the yawning portal?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm looking around like, do you guys know where you are?
There's a lot of other adventurers here.
There are no other adventurers. It's almost like someone paid off the yawning portal to be empty today.
Bullshit! Durnan would never leave! He is a man of
The
integrity!
yawning portal. Okay, it's on.
Am I first?
I don't know. Are we going to update, or are we just going to use the initiative that's there?
You're just going to use the one that's there.
Okay.
Yeah, I clicked the start button, but it didn't.
Yeah, thinking the API is done. I'm restarting it. It doesn't matter because I think that I know what my plan is. Because we already established we've been drinking. Rana was quite drunk. So, thinking coherently and making rational choices aren't exactly a strong point. We would use our staff of fire.
Sure. Let's just burn down the yawning portal.
That'll be fine. You'll fix it later.
They're used to it.
We are going to make a wall of fire. A ringed wall, 20 feet in diameter.
Facing out, I hope.
Well, I don't know. He's quite inebriated.
He's pretty drunk. Face it inward.
Uh-oh, look out, Roland. Ah! No, I'm in the fire. Oh, wait, I'm resistant.
No, that's not nearly big enough. Because it's 20 feet in diameter. Oh, actually, it might be. It's actually too big. But you get the idea. It's going to materialize around us so that we are all nestled, cozy, and safe inside. And the burning side is going to be the outside. And yeah, that'll be that. So now, if they end their turn within 10 feet of the outside of the wall, they're going to take 29 fire on a dex save. And the wall is 20 feet high, so it goes from floor to ceiling, which means they can't see us to target us with attacks. And then when the wall goes up, you hear Rano shouting and slurring, "Try and attack me now, you dick!" And I'm done.
Crow raises his mug. Hey!
That's it, man. I'm done. It's the
All
next
right.
turn.
Okay, it is now the Dragon Wings' turn. And you basically hear the Dragon Wings and the Dragon Claws attacking and killing other patrons in the bar.
Oh, that's not very nice.
It is not. Well, they can't get to you, so they're going to kill what they can. They don't care about innocent bystander. And someone pointed out that the owner would never leave, which means his bar is busy. So there's other people getting attacked.
Wait,
it is now.
So Durnan is here?
Yes.
So, Durnan doesn't allow violence in the bar.
Well, today he does.
Damn it!
Also, Durnan will give them what for afterwards. Hey, this means we'll be able to get him on our side.
Alright, it is now the half-blue dragon gladiator's turn. Alright, gonna move some of these dragon claws because they're off-attacking people.
If they started attacking other patrons, did they shout something out to us? Would say "Oh, you don't come out,"
or are they just kind of in here raising hell?
You basically hear one of them holler that we're gonna kill everyone else, and that fire will eventually go out, and then it'll be your turn.
Okay, well, so as soon as they say that they're gonna murder the other patrons until they get to us, I would just drop concentration on the wall of fire and let them in.
The gladiator is gonna move to that point. There's the first attack.
Ugh.
Who is that? You. That's not very nice. I will definitely absorb elements.
And there's the second one.
Yuck.
Let's see. How do I roll this with advantage?
All right, and I need to roll a dex save DC 12.
Yes.
So I passed. So it reduces it to 15, 16. Reduces it to 8.
Okay. Let's see. I take half on a success.
Finrond, it would be your turn after that.
Okay, just a moment.
How you doing, St. Chops? How you been?
Okay, I'm going to go up to here and cast Thunder Wave on these 3 goons. Let me get the square.
Alright, keep in mind that there are civilians mingled in with the cultists.
Oh crap, really? In that case,
I'm good.
They couldn't get to you guys because of fire. They moved off and started attacking the innocent people around you guys. So those groups, there are innocents intertwined with them.
Okay, then never mind. I'll just take out my rapier and slash
Collateral
at this
damage.
guy.
Acceptable losses. It's a joke.
I believe the cultists would agree with you on that one. And for fear of hitting the civilian, your rapier missed.
That's okay.
Anything else?
I'm going to give a Bardic Inspiration die to Rana.
Right, Crow?
What's the lighting like in here? I mean, we're in a bar in the evening.
Mm-hmm. It's usually pretty dimly lit.
Yep. I'll let you have your shadows.
All right. So Crow, he'll sort of lift up his mug as if he's about to take a sip, and as he does, he is going to teleport behind this half-blue dragon here. And he is going to attack him with his short sword. And I get advantage on this after the teleport.
And your attack hits.
All right. It's not factoring in the fact that it's a dragon slayer. I don't know if that affect. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that it would affect half dragons, right?
Yes, it would.
Cool. All right. So that's attack number 1. Attack number.
All right, what's the other numbers?
2d6.
All right. So
2d6.
So yeah. So the 3 is the sneak attack, and it's only 1. I don't know why it rolled it twice, but it should just be 10 damage for the fact that it's a Dragon Slayer, 3d6.
3d6.
So it's just one lot of 10, not two lots of 10.
All right.
And then second attack against... I don't have sneak attack, so ignore the 4. Yeah, it rolls it twice, so just take the first number when I do it. So the 14. And then...
All right. And your second attack also hit. And your unarmed strike hit.
Okay, following that, I am going to move just over to here. And that'll end my turn. Oh, ignore the unarmed strike. I've already done a bonus action by teleporting, so it's just the 2 attacks.
All right. Now it is the Dragon Claw's turn. All right, we will start with the ones on Finrond.
Why is he not attacking me?
There's attack number 1. Attack 2. And attack 3.
And wait, those were against...
All 3 of those attacks were against Finrond.
Oh, right, we're over there. Okay.
All right, next 2 attacks are against Osifa.
One, two, three,
Okay,
four.
so there's 4 attacks here total.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Miss.
Should I do?
That last one hit.
I love
And
you,
the last one is going to attack.
Saint Chops, man. Thank you for the resub. Welcome to the family.
Miss.
Appreciate that very much, man.
All right, then it's Osifa's turn.
I think we conjure animals here.
Yeah, so I'm going to
'Cause-
rage.
None of my AoE spells can really be used without hurting the friendlies.
And I swing.
Excuse me. Whew. Excuse me again.
I can't tell where it's doing this. Okay, hang on. Messed up when I tried doing the
Sorry.
the
God.
advantage before. Okay, I'm hearing it beep when I do the thing, but I'm not seeing the rolls actually coming out on.
It's there. It's there?
Oh, there. Okay. So it would be the first one of those. Well, actually, both. The first 2 of those are going to be against.
All right, one sec, Osifa. I didn't notice that Finrond was gone. Finrond, if you look up, scroll up in chat to where Spartan Bear attacked. All the attacks that have my name on them, all the way down to where Osifa did the double dash, all those attacks are directed at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeek.
Also, who are you attacking?
Okay, so I did 2 attacks against the Dragon Claw right here below me.
CR2. What beasts are CR2?
All right. First one missed. Second one, it died.
Okay, let me see. Beast?
Cool.
Here, 1 or 2. Allosaurus, Aurochs, brown.
So that's my bonus and 2 attacks, and I'm not moving. So actually, I'll move
Okay.
there a little bit. Enter.
Dang, good.
All right. Now it is the Dragon Fang's turn.
I'm trying to debate on what level. I'm casting it at level 5, so it'll double whatever I decide on. I'm thinking 4 beasts of CR1.
Both attacks will be against Roland.
Which there's
That's
a
a
lot
mess.
of 2-headed crocodile, tiger, spider king, no, lion.
All right, Roland, it is your turn.
Alright, use some bonus action to use the Rod of Worldly Might to turn it into the Flame Ton, and I am
Sort
attacking
of quippers, right? I don't think you would do that.
this one right here, to my left.
And that attack missed.
And then that's it.
Rano.
Okay. I am going to cast Conjure Animals. I have a link for you. Hopefully, yeah, it says it has the filters. That should show you the CR1 animals. I am going to upcast this to level 5, which would allow me to summon 4 beasts of CR1, is what I would like. I forgot DDB gives a list.
Giant spider.
Giant spider. Okay. And I tell the giant spiders to kill the cultists, save the villagers by killing the cultists, specifically by killing them first. And then since Rano is now concentrating, I didn't realize he's of a rage, so I gotta take 3. Rano is concentrating. He is going to move up away from this gladiator, and that's it. I can't do anything else. Oh no, wait, I do. I have Bardic Inspiration for Isifa. Enjoy that.
And yours is a D6?
Yeah, minus poopy. But I have to use it
I'll
every
take
chance I
it.
get. And then I'm done. Oh, hey! Giant spider, let me see. Web sense, doesn't matter. Web walker, don't matter. Hold breath, that doesn't matter. Did you give me, like, the poopiest? Okay. This one's gonna go over here and attack the one next to Finn. And the bite. This one will attack the one, the dragon gladiator. And the cha. Okay, these aren't so poopy after all. These two over here, that one's next to a dragon wing. Misses. This one over here is next to a gladiator. Alright, that wasn't so bad.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. That's all.
All right. So now the Dragon Wing's turn.
No, they have low health and AC. They're all gonna die. Come on.
They're going to move to here, and they're going to attack that spider.
Both hit. So it's 13, correct? Oh, wait, hold on. So it's 13, and then 6, 19, and then the third. How many did you just do? 1, 2, 3. That misses.
It'll be 4 attacks total.
And then the fourth attack kills the first spider. The crit.
Right. Dragon Claw's turn. We're going to start with the ones over on Finrond.
Oh.
Okay, both hit.
It was 4 attacks altogether.
Okay, they all hit. Yeah, I'm down.
Yucky.
And the other one's going to attack Asfa.
Both of them?
Yep.
Okay, only the one hits.
Alright, then it is the Gladiator's turn. But first, if I can figure this right. Ooh, the second one got it back. Alright, the first one is going to attack the spider right next to him.
So it's
Yeah, it's hard.
the half blue dragon. It's the spear, all 3.
It's the one over here below Asifa.
Yeah, the one you just moved. I was asking which one. I was just, there's a ton of rolls in chat. I'm trying to sort out which ones they are. It's the spears, right?
Yes, the 2-handed spears.
Okay. So 15 miss, and then 15 dead spider. Am I still?
And the other one is going to use his lightning breath again.
You monster.
Dex save for everyone in the blue.
Use another. I'll use another absorb elements. And pass the save. Jeez.
Alright, Asifa and the spider.
passed. 11.
Where's the damage?
It's 23. It's 11 on a pass.
Wait, you rolled it before the recharge?
No, I hit the recharge accidentally
okay.
when I was trying to
So
move the sheet
23.
around.
So I passed 11. I'm resistant 5. Mr. Spider. Fails. Ouch.
12 is a pass.
DC 12.
12 is a pass? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a DC
okay.
12.
There we go.
All right, Finrond, can I get a death save, please?
Is that just a 1d10?
Your death save? That should be on your sheet, where the hit points are.
But again, I'm looking at my hit points thing in D&D Beyond, and I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing.
I literally just. Okay, hold on. I had to do it on your sheet for you because you weren't tracking your hit points on Beyond. And when I set you to 0, now where your hit points were, there's 3 dots for saves. You see that? So you click on death saves, and then there's a red button in the middle.
Yep, right there.
Yep,
that would be a pass. Okay, Angry Crow.
All right. Well, Crow's going to move it a little. Move up to there, and I'll attack this guy first. Ignore sneak attack because I don't have it right.
All right, that's a hit.
Move up 1.
And you're hitting the other one now?
Yeah, that's the other one. Sorry, I should have specified. And then third attack is going to be against the first one that I hit. In fact, actually, I'll spend a key point in Flurry of Blows. I'll make an abstract against each of them.
Hit, and it died. And the second one also hits.
Okay, I'll back off, and that'll end my turn.
Safa?
Okay, I'm moving around here, and I will take the op attack from the 1. If he chooses to do an op attack.
Yep, I was just turning advantage and stuff.
Okay, I trigger my storm aura, and then I hit at the gladiator. There we go. And then I'll do a second hit at the gladiator. Slashing away at him. And then that will end my turn.
The dragon.
See, so that's 20 from the first hit, and actually 20 from each hit.
Yep, 20 from each hit. Alright, now it's the Dragon Fang, who is going to attack Roland.
The first one's a miss. Second one is a hit.
And then it is Roland's turn.
Alright, I am going to attack this one to my left. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to disengage and get away.
Alright. Ronald.
Yes. Rano is going to move up here behind Roland. And he looks out over everything that's happening. And
I can't hear you, or am I muted?
He moves up here and looks out over everything, and he shouts to Isifa, "Isifa! If I cast a spell, are you willing?"
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to ready an action. After the giant spiders attack, then I'm going to cast a held Nope, that doesn't work, because readying a spell is still concentration. Okay, spiders are gone. As for my action, I am going to cast Polymorph on Isifa. And what's your current level? 8?
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn her into a beast with a CR 8 or lower. And if my memory serves me, I think that is T-Rex? T-Rex? Giant ape? Are we giant ape at level 8?
Where's Mammoth?
And he goes, stompy, stompy.
Yes! Well, okay, yep. The only viable option at CR8 is for Tyrannosaurus Rex. So, there you go. That's you now.
Where's me? Ah, that's me. Okay. I'll move me over here. Does the T-Rex... Oh, I can't move the token. Does the T-Rex still have my Storm Aura? And
if it affected you before you changed, then yes. But I don't think...
I can't trigger it again, I guess. Okay.
No, but you are still raging, right? So your strength-based attacks still get +2. And you take your half damage from all sources. Because it doesn't change anything that's currently affecting you. It just changes what you currently are.
And with your current size, your aura is kind of pointless because unless they're riding your back, they're not going to be within range.
Okay.
So then, that's that's it. I don't have anything else. There's a giant T-Rex in the middle of the bar now.
The Adventures of the Yawning Portal.
Is this what they expected when they busted in here?
Oh, you're right. Giant ape is 7. It's okay. T-Rex is cooler. I think ape has more hit points.
Bring it on! I'm ready. What does this do with regard to hit points and so forth?
Okay, your hit points don't change. It's just when you're polymorphed, you have the creature's hit points. And when they run out, you revert back to your normal form, and any damage would carry over to your regular form.
Okay. I'll keep track on
basically,
and you can coach me when I'm done.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything except click the buttons and attack the things.
Okay. I shall click the buttons and attack the things. Rawr.
All right. Seeing Ronald back away from the group, and then all of a sudden she changed when he hollered to her.
Hey now.
Both the dragon wings are going to move their 30 feet. They're then going to use a bonus action for limited flight. And all their attacks are going to be at Ronald.
That doesn't give them additional movement. It gives them a flying speed of 30. They've already moved their...
Okay. See, I wasn't aware. I thought it gave them on top of their movement.
No, if it would say additional. But it's just saying they can fly instead of walk.
Alright, they're still going to come at you. The one is going to attack Roland.
Sorry, dude.
Miss.
The other one's going to just take a dash action then. Now the Dragon Claws. We'll start with the two that are on the T-Rex.
Please don't. They miss? Isafa, what's your unarmored defense?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
It's
Con mod plus your dex mod.
Yeah, but it's not her mod. The formula would go from
the T-Rexes.
Okay, so it's +4, 0 dex. So there are okay. Your AC is 1 higher than what it shows on the token.
So okay, I've lost track. Which of these here are against me?
The last 4, you take a total of 13. The second attack from the first one for 3 hit you, and then the attack for 7 from the second one hit you.
Rawr.
I have a question. What's
Go
the
ahead.
damage type the dragon claws are?
Lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're doing lightning.
Yeah. Well, no, those are the dragon gladiators. The dragon claws. They're resistant to a type, and they deal a certain type on their attacks.
It's lightning.
It's lightning. Okay, good.
Yeah, I just figured I'd just keep all the elements
How
the
you doing,
same
Kilter?
when they're attacking in groups like this. If they have some kind of elemental involved. Alright, let's start with the one over next to the T-Rex. Start of his turn. He's going to attack the T-Rex.
Miss.
So I take 8 more.
Alright, now the other gladiator.
Oh god.
Alright, first attack. Rolling.
Miss.
Second attack.
That one hits. I am down.
Alright, and he can't finish his turn standing on top of you, otherwise he would. Finrond, can I get a death save?
What?
Alright, that would be a pass, but you could have rolled it off your sheet again.
I rolled it last time. I don't know why.
Yeah, I just don't see what you're talking about over here.
Okay. Top right hand corner of your sheet. You should see what
Yes.
looks like a skull with the 3 buttons. With the 3 dots, right?
I don't see anything that looks like a skull.
Do you see how many hit points does it say you have there?
He has 0. I set his sheet to 0.
I know, but if he's not seeing the skull, then maybe he's seeing hit points.
Yeah, I'm in D&D Beyond, and I just see the hit point readout.
Refresh your page. Because your character's at 0.
Okay, now I see it.
Yeah, and then when you click that, you'll see another box pop up, and there's a red dice in between. And you click the red dice to make the save.
All right, I got it now.
Okay.
Alright, you should have 2 saves right now. Crow.
Yeah. So, guess I need to move in and start doing some stuff. This'll do. I'll move up to here.
I love you.
So I'll move up to there, and I am going to use my blinding flash. I'm going to use 5 points out of the gem. It's a DC 15 con save.
And it doesn't affect rolling. Yes.
I love you too, Jer. How you doing? Well, that sucks.
The one closest to you got blinded. The other one did.
Okay. Following that, I am going to move.
All right, T-Rex.
I roar my terrible roar, and I bite my terrible bite at the gladiator,
Get him.
and I lash my terrible tail at the thing is on the right.
Is it safe to say those are hits?
And I don't need to use my Bardic Inspiration on either of those, I don't think.
You have to roll the damage.
I'm waiting for verification that those are both hits.
It's 28 and 24.
And I'd stomp my terrible feet too, except that's not an action I can take.
And when you swing your tail, you see that the one dragon claw goes flying across and slams into the wall and drops to the ground dead.
And I roar my terrible roar again and end my turn.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Your mouth is full. Yes.
If it says medium or smaller, oh yeah, gladiator would be medium or smaller. Okay, never mind. Dragon Fang's turn.
Oh, true. Oh, did it do its escape? Did it attempt to escape?
That's an action
it
on
does
its turn.
on its turn. Its turn, right. Got it.
You're a DM! What are you doing?
Alright, the Dragon Fang is going to look at the T-Rex and then look over at Rano.
No. Nothing to see here. What? It is.
Orb of Dragon's Breath.
Hold on.
Range
It's,
90 feet.
It's displaying my AC incorrectly on the token. My AC is 21. So that would be a miss. Oh, I know why. It's because the sheet that's connected to is empty. Is there anything else?
Nope. It was just the one attack that he had.
Down here.
Roland. That's a Dragon Claw. It was Dragon Fang's attack, and there's only the one.
Oh.
And that is a failed save.
I don't know. It's hard. There's Dragon Claw, Fang, and Wing. Can you keep track? And the claws and the fangs have the same... Okay, alright. Using my keen eye, because I only have one, and looking at the two people that are down, Finron seems like he's okay. So I'm going to bonus action Healing Word on Roland. At what level, you say? Well, that is a good question. Let's go with just a first level. So Roland here heals for 10. Then with my action, I'm going to dodge. Try and maintain concentration on the polymorph as long as I can. And then I'm done.
Alright, so now the Dragon Wing's turn.
Yeah, this is where it's gonna hurt. Because they have Pact tactics, right?
Yes, they do.
Alright, so it's just a straight roll, their advantage versus my dodging. And I just gotta hope it's less than 21.
Alright, there's the first one.
Son of a bitch! Alright, so I have to roll concentration. I do have advantage because of Warcaster. But that doesn't matter. There's a pass right there. Miss.
And there's the second attack.
Alright, there's another hit. Okay, and then again, con save.
T-Rex is no more.
6, 7. Wait, with a hit of 7, isn't it half the damage? No, it's half the damage or 10, whatever. How the shit does it work?
Yeah, it's 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher.
Whichever's higher. Okay. All right. Well, you're not a T-Rex anymore. I'm sorry. That's sad. I'm so sad.
And
Now
now
my
it
jaw's
is
all
the
stretched out.
now it is the Dragon
restrained?
Claw's turn. No, he's no longer restrained. You don't have a mouth big enough to restrain him anymore.
I would imagine that when the polymorph ends, Isopha's like chomped on his sleeve, like. "Arr, arr." Well,
Alright, let's start with the Dragon Claw next to Rano.
the second one is a hit.
And now the one next to Ossifa.
Those are both hits.
Yeah, for a whole whopping 2 points of damage. It's 2. You take 2 points off the first one, and half of 1 is a half, which is 0. So even though the second one hit, it didn't do any damage.
I have put 1 point back.
Alright, it is now the Gladiator's turn. Let's start with the one down next to Ossifa.
Oh, son of a... Come on.
A straight line right through Ossifa. Ossifa, can I get a dex save, please? Actually, a dex save is irrelevant.
Yeah, even she passes, she's down.
Yeah, even passing, I'm unconscious.
And now the one up next to Roland.
Somehow this is the boy's fault.
We'll be sure to tell them.
He recharged too?
Yep.
But at least Roland's conscious now, he can dodge.
True.
And he's going to attack his buddies.
Yes, that is. Well, they're resistant, but still, yeah. Chip away. 9 damage. Look at that roll. Beautiful. All right, man. I'm gonna eat that.
Alright, that lightning blast does kill the one dragon claw.
Woo! It's a good thing we're going to sleep after this, right, boys?
Yeah.
Finrond, can I get a death save, please? That is a fail.
Wait, what? Evasion
Angry
doesn't
Crow,
require
it is
you.
your
That's crazy.
Rono, you want help?
Yes, I want help!
Okay. Rush up. I'm going to attack the dragon claw.
That is a hit.
With the extra 7. And then
Oops,
second
18
attack.
damage, not bad.
It'd just be the 7. Plus 6.
Weird that it only double rolls that.
Yeah, it is. How's this? Actually, you know what? For the second one, let's turn it into a stunning strike. So, DC 15. Okay. And then unarmed strike.
Alright, that hit.
Okay. I'm just going to back up.
And that's the end of your turn.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to stay right here. And that'll end my turn.
Awesome fuck, can I get thank you. That's a pass. It is the Dragon Fang.
There's still fangs left? Shit.
I think there only was one thing, wasn't there?
No, there was one up by me that died. That one's been attacking me the whole fight.
First attack's going to be at Roland, who just stood up.
No!
Yes.
Whew.
And the second.
Use my reaction.
Isn't the second a miss too?
Well,
No.
it's with advantage, correct?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
Pact
so
Tactics.
Yeah. So, using reaction for shield, so my AC is 23.
Best spell in
All
the
right,
game.
Roland, it is your turn.
Tagging the guy to my left.
That is a miss.
Shit.
Okay. So bonus action, and I am going to. What's that? Correct. Do my face step, and before my step, the halfway dragon needs to make a wisdom save or be frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Pretty good here.
Save DC's 15. Well, there we go. Let's still moving. To there, and then that's it.
Rono.
Yes. Well,
I hate when you laugh like that.
looking
From
around,
either side of the table.
looking around at the battlefield, now that Roland has bugged out of there, look over at Crow, kind of sway a bit. Maybe we should do something reckless?
Crow smiles. No.
Oh. Because, Let me, just do some quick measuring. Red. Circle. I would assume by this point all the civilians have buggered off, right?
Yes, civilians have buggered off.
All right.
Except
The ones that didn't get killed ran.
All right. Seems good. Oh, that's a poop roll. Look at all those twos. That's garbage. Just garbage. Hey, the gladiator failed. Takes the full 21.
The good news is, I'm a level 7 monk now. I have evasion.
Dragon Fang fails. Takes 21. What else we have there? Dragon Fang number... Wait, Dragon Fang. There's only one Fang up there.
Yeah, I clicked it and went to close the sheet and opened the wrong one again.
Gotcha. Both wings fail. God, man, if that roll had been better... I'm kind of salty, I'm not gonna lie.
Crow passed, everyone else in the circle failed.
Oh, there was this guy down here. He was in it too.
Yeah, that's that dragon claw at the end.
Oh, cool. Cool, he died. I got one. And then bonus action, I believe, let me get features and traits. Racial. Yes, we are going to hidden step. And go invisible. Can't see me! And I'm done.
Alright, it is now the Dragon Wing's turn. Seeing you vanish and not knowing where you're at, they're going to go after the one target they can.
Sorry, Crow.
Alright, blindness gives them disadvantage.
Hectic. Yeah, you got that right.
Alright, so the first one that's attack will be normal.
Okay, beer break. Gotta pee. Too much water.
Crow.
Yeah, I can see.
And now the one that's not blinded. Alright, looks like just the second attack on the other guy hit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, all the claws are dead, so take them out of the turn tracker. It is now the gladiator's turn. Let's start with the one next to... You need me to put the blue line on there, Crow, or you know it's coming?
No, if he's aiming at me, that's fine. Oh, wow. That's a shit.
Alright, then it's the other one.
Okay. What's changed? Crow is down. Why is Crow down?
He's going to move to right there. And then he's going to attack Roland.
Miss. That's a hit.
You have gloves, right?
To catch a spear.
Well, I got a shield in one hand and a sword in the other.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you have to have a free hand.
Alright, Finrod. I need a death save. Alright, that's 2 passes, 2 fails. Crow, can I get your first death save?
Yep. Sorry, one sec. Roll twice. That's weird.
Alright, that
Also
is
has
your
me
first fail.
Also has me at 1 success, which is wrong.
Alright, Osfa, you now have 1 hit point. What would you like to do?
Whoa!
Oh. Well. I am going to stand up. Yeah, with half my movement, I can just get to him, and I'm going to swing at him from behind.
As Isifa stands up, Ronald's gonna shout, "Drink your potion!"
I don't know why that did advantage. Fix the advantage part. Wait, let me look at that. Oh, a 20. Yeah, I'll take the 20. I won't add the Bardic Inspiration. Okay, there's why it did advantage. And then the second attack on him. This one I will use the Bardic Inspiration on because I'm not sure if a 16 hit. So that would be a 19.
Missed. He parries your attack. Anything else?
Didn't that gladiator throw his spear away?
It has him listed as a spear for his ranged weapon, and he can do 2 attacks, so I'm assuming he's got multiple spears.
But that's a... Oh, yeah, he can use the spear as a melee. And I should go back into rage. There we go. That's everything.
Here, let me move that body to the pile of dead.
Ooh, he's dead? Cool, that last little bit tipped him over.
That was the only reason I parried, so you wouldn't take him.
Ha ha ha.
Alright, anything else?
That's everything I can do. That's both attacks, bonus action, movement, that's everything.
Alright, Dragon Fang is going to use his second ranged attack, second and last ranged attack of the day, at the only target he sees standing, and that's Ossifa. Roland, can I get a death save?
Hello. There we go. All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my mic muted itself again. Piece of shit.
Kitty cat?
No, she's not even in here. Yeah, I was wondering why, after I shouted at you to drink your potion, you didn't.
Oh, I did hear that, but yeah.
No, then that's when it... I don't know. Anywho. So, Rano is gonna do something. Well, he's not invisible anymore. It ends at the start of his turn. And everybody's down. I can't heal all of you. Isifa is up with 1 hit point. Crow is down. Finron is down. Oh my god. I will healing word Finron. Can't let you go. So we will bonus action healing word. There you go. So heal for 12.
Thank you.
And then with my action, I don't have a good option here. I am going to Thorn Whip. Yeah. We're gonna Thorn Whip the Dragon Gladiator. Huh.
As your whip connects, it goes to pull him towards you, but instead of pulling him towards you, he drops over dead.
Good. Good. That's it. That's all I got.
Dragon Wings. Alright, we'll start with the blinded one. Is going to attack... Actually, yeah, he's still blind even though Crow's out, right?
Yeah.
Because it was from the
Yeah,
gem that
'cause it's
caused
a
it?
duration.
Okay.
It's the
All right. And then the second one will also be at Rono.
Misses.
All 4 of those attacks were at you, Rono.
Oh, okay. So then the 24 hits me. But it's not with advantage? Because you only rolled once? Or am I confused here?
He's blinded, so it
The one
cancels.
that attacked you first was blinded.
Okay, so then it's only the 13? No.
All right. The first attack is the 24 and the 10.
Yeah,
That is from the guy that was
hits me.
blind.
That's the only one that matters. But it's
Yeah, and the other one.
It talks about the damage is 3d6 instead of 1d6 if he has fanatical advantage. But it's not 3d6 because he doesn't have advantage. Because he rolled 3d6.
So yes, it would be a total of 10. 5 from the attack itself.
Thank you.
And then 5 slashing. Or 5 slashing and then 5 lightning. Or elemental, which would be the lightning damage.
Okay.
Sorry, it took me a second to realize what you were talking about. Alright. It's not a gladiator turn back from the grave. Just kidding. Finrond.
All right. I'm going to aim a firebolt at the blinded dragon claw.
You would have advantage. Because he can't see you.
Okay.
And your firebolt smacks him square in the back of the head, and he drops to the floor.
Okay. I think that's it.
Should have healed.
Crow, can I get your second death save? Alright, that is 2 fails. Asifa, it is your turn.
All right, strike against the silver one. That's a fang, dragon, flame, whatever.
Alright, that's a hit.
Yep, let's see, that was 16, 25 against him. Okay, and if he's still standing, I'll do the next hit against him too. That one's a miss, probably. And I am not going to trigger my aura with Crow on death saves. Ooh, he's dead.
Alright, that kills that one off.
All right, so that will end my turn.
Alright, it is the Dragon Fang's turn.
Aren't they all gone now?
Oh, yep, they are. Okay. Roland. That is a pass. Rono.
Okay. There's one guy left, and Roland is still down. We'll do the same thing as last turn. Bonus action healing word on Roland. And then I'm gonna whip this guy. So I'm just gonna do it in reverse order because I already have that one open. So there's that. And then the healing word. Bing.
Right. As that second one drops to the floor, dead, you guys hear a commotion from one of the tables at the front of the bar, and you see a dragon claw that was sitting at one of the tables there scramble out and run out the door.
Ooh.
And that will end combat.
Can I go chasing after him? I have a movement of 40. I could catch up to him.
So, are we gonna yada yada, like just say that I get healed and that's it?
Well, I'm either going to be feeding you a potion or I'm going chasing after that dragonclaw. I don't want him taking news anywhere, so if I can catch him, I want to.
Well, he was right at the door, so it took him 5 feet to move out, and he's 55 feet down the road.
And I have a movement of 40, and if I dash, that's 80 feet. And I could catch him the turn after that.
It's really all down to what Finron's doing.
Yep. It's Fin. Okay, so when it's your turn, Oslo, you're going to chase after him.
Absolutely.
The Dragonwing is dead. Finrod, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm sorry, I kind of cut out for the last few seconds. You said there was a guy who's running away from the fight?
To the south.
Okay. Yes, there was one guy sitting at the door, and once you killed everyone else off, he ran.
Get back here, you bitch!
Okay. About how far is he now? About as far as we can see on the map?
55 feet plus the distance from where you are now to where he is. Except if he went out, he's probably outside and out of line of sight.
Keep in mind, you have no idea if he cut to the left after going up the door or to the right. He could have gone either way. How far to the edge of the building where he could have cut into an alley? It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and run after him. So I would have to take the dash action?
Yes, you would, and that puts you outside the door, but you do not immediately see him. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, pretty much.
Crow. I hate to say it, but I need a death save. Oh my god, you passed! Ossifa, what would you like to do? He was sitting on 2 fails. That's why Finron's actions were so important.
I am going out. Let's see. Finron did not immediately see where he went.
That is correct.
My passive perception isn't that great to notice disturbance in people from somebody running past them.
A major fight just went on in the bar. A very popular bar. There's people looking out the windows, looking from alleyways. Yeah. There's people still running and screaming away. Plus all the civilians you guys chased out of here when the fight broke out.
Okay.
Roland?
Alright, I'm standing up and then hobbling over to find my beer.
He's got the idea.
As you get to the table, you notice that the fireball Rano threw out was centered basically on the table you guys were sitting at. Everything on that table is charred.
No!
You can find your glass, but there's no ale left in it. It burned in the fireball.
I slammed the glass down in anger.
It splinters into a ton of pieces now since it is so frail from being heated by a fireball spell.
That's pretty much my end of my turn. I'm
Wano.
just searching for.
I heal Crow so he doesn't die with a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Yay!
Whoops. Did it twice on accident.
And now that Crow has been healed, that completely ends combat.
All right. Instincts out. It's 10:30. We limp off to our in room and take a rest for the night.
Yeah, but I
Sounds
bring
good to
back
me.
the news. One escaped.
Boo!
One rat escaped, taking word to wherever.
Boo, Isifa! Boo!
I tried to catch him, but you know
didn't
how
try
much trapping
hard
there is out
enough.
there? Fuss and wax.
Agreed.
So we get to the inn. I slap down the coins
Ooh, I
angrily.
really do whack at him.
Was that me? What?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm
Tell me you have more than 5.
I'm going to take the hit, and I'm going to look at her. I don't want to hit you back. We know how this will end. Let's just head to our room.
Yeah. Did we get a long rest?
I would imagine. We're in the middle of a town, right?
The tavern is in the middle of the town, and a massive fight broke out there. But in this case, yes, you guys can take a long rest.
Guys at us just because we were having too much fun role playing. Which I'm salty. I never got a turn. Everybody else got to have their backstories fleshed out and investigated. But that's okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you being here. If you had a good time, hopefully I see you next time. If you enjoyed yourself, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in the Discord. Hang out there through the week. Talk about D&D. Get yourself involved in the game. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow morning. I'm not quite sure if what we're doing there or not.